The very moment that a positive line appears on a pregnancy test, all the unsolicited advice starts pouring in. Society tends to treat pregnant bodies with a strange kind of absolutism. The expectation is usually extreme. Either you need to double your intake and effort, or you need to shut down completely and treat yourself like fragile glass. This cultural panic doesn't align with actual biology. Medical science operates on objective data, not folklore. The reality of a healthy pregnancy isn't found in strict restriction or sudden excess. It comes down to calculated moderation. Listening to the loudest voices in the room doesn't actually protect you or your baby. It just makes it harder to make clear, evidence-based choices for your own body. Let's look at one of the oldest rules in the book, the idea that you suddenly need to eat for two. This timeline tracks caloric needs. The first trimester is simple, 0 extra calories required. In the second and third trimesters, doctors recommend a strict maximum of 300 to 450 extra calories per day. That's exactly one normal-sized snack, like an apple with peanut butter. The goal is to prioritize nutrient-dense foods over simply doubling your portion sizes. Knowing the actual numbers means you can stop stressing over eating twice as much and focus on eating twice as smart. Then there is the absolute zero-tolerance policy society tries to place on your morning coffee. To find the actual line between safe and risky, we look to the ACOG. That stands for the American College of Obstetricians and Gynecologists, the premier professional membership organization for obstetricians in the United States. This 3D diagram shows caffeine safely below the ACOG safety line. Consuming up to 200 milligrams daily does not cause harm to the pregnancy. In real life, that 200 milligram limit is roughly equal to 1 standard mug of coffee. You don't have to give up your morning routine entirely. Enjoying a cup in moderation is a medically sound choice. The third major myth is the persistent idea that a pregnant body is inherently fragile and requires complete physical rest. Modern medicine takes the exact opposite approach. Actually, in most cases, consistent movement functions as powerful medicine during pregnancy. Staying active offers measurable physiological benefits. It improves your mood, significantly reduces back pain, and makes labor easier. Doctors consistently recommend maintaining your physical strength through safe, low-impact activities. Walking, prenatal yoga, and light cardio are excellent ways to keep the body moving. Of course, this still requires calculated moderation. You should always clear your specific exercise routine with your healthcare provider first. But treating your body as a capable, resilient system, rather than something broken that needs fixing, is the best way to reject extreme societal caution. The common thread through all of these myths is that they rely on fear instead of actual physiological facts. When you replace that fear-based folklore with evidence-based science, the entire pregnancy experience becomes much clearer. That is exactly why we created Pregnancy Pulse, to cut through the cultural noise and deliver real medical insights. We provide the mental health support, honest postpartum guidance, and practical tips that modern moms need to make confident decisions. Now, as a quick medical disclaimer, this content is for educational purposes only. Every pregnancy's biology is unique, so you must consult your OBGYN before making any changes to your diet, exercise, or lifestyle. Trust the science of moderation over societal extremes. Subscribe to Pregnancy Pulse